I got that California.
As Edward Humes gives the reader a political tour of Seal Beach, he argues that the small beach communities were destroyed by the pursuit of profit, and that among them, Seal Beach stands alone as the last idyllic Southern California city. However, the author's style exaggerates the differences between Seal Beach and the towns like it, in order to blow out of proportion the effects of progression. Seal Beach is certainly not the last little beach town as Humes claims. The last little beach town includes several elements of literary journalism, such as detailed environments, specific concrete details, a bold narrator's voice, and careful, precise use of diction. Edward Humes incorporates these elements to establish character and submerge the reader into personal experiences that they can relate to and support. The author capitalizes on the most important element, which is the use of narration, allowing the reader to be a part of the story, to move alongside with the character, and to create a medium for the reader to understand and sympathize with the narrator and his views. Hume's commitment in integrating literary journalistic elements allows him to effortlessly connect the reader with his argument. However, Humes fails to realize that there are many issues that follow the genre of literary journalism. Readers are skeptical of the facts portrayed because they are difficult to verify, which brings in the ethics of honest journalism and writing. Therefore, readers question whether or not Humes had manipulated his experiences in order to make readers more emotionally invested. Nice try, Humes.
Since Edward lives here, it is possible that he incorporates lots of personal judgment toward the big picture. However, as a rational reader, we cannot mindlessly accept his idea that progression is something that should be avoided at all costs. Edward Humes evokes a sense of distress when he makes broad generalizations about the citizens of Seal Beach, such as, "This is why few people who stumble upon this place ever leave, why Seal Beach gets into their blood, why they move into horrendously overpriced 50s era tract homes on pint-sized lots and start plotting with architects to add a hideously overpriced extra 300 feet of living space and consider themselves damn lucky to do it." He makes these generalizations because it creates a sense of unity. The very last part of that sentence is what should catch our attention. That's where he ignorantly categorizes everyone as a single body with a sole belief that Seal Beach is the place to be. No, Humes, not everyone considers themselves lucky. There could very well be people who might hate Seal Beach. Maybe the reasons they don't leave is because of job opportunities or family problems or literally anything else that could be going on in someone's life. Some people just stay because they don't have any other options. So that generalization isn't completely true. Not everyone falls under the same category that he is placing them under, which is why he loses some credibility for that.
Through the use of exaggeration and a cynical tone, we can see that Humes is clearly biased. He's being shallow-minded in claiming that there are no other places in the world that can possibly compare to Seal Beach's sense of community. Absurd, right? For example, people who live in apartment complexes or let's say senior homes would likely have a similar sense of community, since people are always needing to communicate with one another in those smaller environments. Everyone knows everyone, so it wouldn't be unlikely to have lots of socialization in places like Seal Beach as well. Humes includes a wide array of anecdotes based on his own personal experiences, which demonstrates his bias toward Seal Beach's qualities. People go to the beach to simply be at the beach. They are expecting a fun-filled experiences with waves, sand, and sunshine, so they will be satisfied with their experiences no matter where they go. However, Humes has to bring up the small details that are so common in beach cities this day, that they actually make the experiences more enjoyable. Do you think anyone minds if there is a nice Starbucks at the end of the street where people can cool off by getting a nice iced coffee? Probably not. They are most likely pleased, if anything. But Hume is set on persuading us that all this progression is nothing but corruption.
Hume says things to exaggerate Seal Beach's sense of community by saying things such as, "Sometimes we even talk to each other along the way," as if every person becomes silent when they're anywhere besides Seal Beach. Reality check, people talk everywhere you go, okay, Humes? In the story, Humes was originally in admiration of Crystal Cove. He praises the way it used to be. He says, if there could still be a Crystal Cove, I reason, there could still be other traces of treasure. And then he stumbled upon Seal Beach after that. This shows how he was right about being able to find one more place like it, but it also suggests how there could very well be more areas that resemble the treasure of Seal Beach that he is simply neglecting to mention, which literally contradicts his whole idea of Seal Beach being the last little beach town. Because if he found one more after Crystal Cove, then it's likely that he can find one more after Seal Beach as well. He might have just stopped looking since he lost all hope after his beloved Seal Beach was taken away from him. It's not that there aren't any more that exist, it's that he simply hasn't come across them yet. Sloppy. At the end, when the author returns to City Hall, he says that the city is up for hard cash. There are $1 million homes, but no money to pick up beach litter or to keep City Hall open a full 5 days. Do these sound like the qualities that make people want to stay in Seal Beach? Obviously not, which is why the push for progress is a beneficial investment. Nobody wants to be walking around the beach with trash everywhere, even though Humes may consider this to be one of the charming things about the Seal Beach way. Advancements are clearly necessary for a town with these kinds of issues, but the author continuously stomps on any ideas on renovation because he is so stuck in the past. Move on, Humes, you can't stay in the same place forever or else there would never be any room for improvement. The style of the author shown in these 3 quotes just supports the idea how Humes is contradicting himself and exaggerating to try and get readers on his side. So basically, Edward Humes' claims can only be accepted if one fails to look deeper and realize that his style, along with the genre of the story, fail to support his views. His contradictory sentences and overdramatic diction should be enough for readers to take a step back and realize the tools the author is using. Better luck next time, Eddie!